Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to our last weekend call that we're going to be doing for this year. Good to see everybody here. And what we're going to do tonight is I want to wrap up everything for this year and really kind of talk about what we can look forward to in 2017. I'd really like to kind of focus on some of the stuff you all have been putting in the training survey. I'm going to be really whittling down that list and really trying to get through all the questions that have been placed there over this last calendar year. But what I want to cover tonight is I want to really get into what I think is going to be important for 2017, especially for those of you all who are users of PLR, and what you can expect to kind of see, and some things you can expect to do. So if you can hear me, please put the letter Y in the question box, and then we'll go ahead and get started here. Really kind of looking forward to kind of diving in. I don't want to hold you long. I already did part 1 yesterday, and I'm going to kind of go through part 2 today, and we're going to get into some specifics, right? I really kind of talked a little bit more theory yesterday than anything else. I don't like to stay there. So what we're going to do today is we're really going to kind of dive into some meat and potatoes when it comes to PLR. And kind of some specifics and some stuff that we kind of I know you want to do if you already have it and you want to think through sort of where you are already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my presentation here, and then we'll get started. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them there in the box. And I'm going to kind of get settled. I'm going to grab my coffee here. All right, and we are ready. Okay, so let's talk about one thing to work on for 2017. And this is not going to be everything that you can or even that you have to do, but it is one thing that I think is going to be important as we go forward, and one thing that I see working, and it's going to connect to everything else that I have really talked about this year. One of the things I've really kind of stressed this year is kind of looking for those 1,000 true customers, right? Or the 1,000 true fans that you already have, and to not try to be everything to everybody, but to really start launching products, not solely for the purpose of generating income. Now, the purpose of launching products is not just for the income. The purpose of launching low-end products is for you to find your 1,000 true fans. You need people who are going to be spending $100 a calendar year from you to bring that base income to the point where you can then have the freedom to do and to be what you need to be in your business. And if you haven't seen any of the training that I've done, head on over to my YouTube channel where I talked about that. But that's really going to be what the 1,000 true fans or 1,000 true customers emphasis was really about. And I really believe that, and I'm going to still continue to emphasize that in 2017. But I want to connect that to PLR. So let's talk about what what to do with the PLR either you have or that you're going to be buying in 2017. And once again, I still think that PLR is the probably the best and greatest bargain on the internet right now. If you really understand what to do with it, if you really understand what it is and what it does, if you really understand it to be raw material, it is really one of the secret weapons of the internet if you can do it. And you can in fact take a piece of PLR, put something together that's going to really change somebody's life. I was talking to another internet marketer the other day, and he was just talking about the fact that he'd purchased an information product where he learned how to talk to the opposite sex, and what it did for him is that it gave him the confidence on his job, gave him confidence in talking to his relatives, gave him confidence in areas that he had not anticipated. And so one information product has revolutionized this guy's life. And I thought about the fact that that's a lot of what we do. Really, by passing on information, we're doing more than selling information. We want to be able to change people's lives. And so what we're going to be doing in 2017, I think, are putting together the kind of products and services that people really do need to change their lives. Now, so what are you going to be doing with your PLR? So I'm going to be talking about today primarily one thing, and this is not, again, this is not the only thing that you can do, but I'm certainly gonna try to make the case that it's something that you can and should be doing, and that is creating YouTube videos as article content. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. And basically, one of the things that you want to get good at, and this has nothing to do so much with PLR, is because you know, YouTube kind of thrives on thumbnails. You really do need to get good at creating thumbnails that are going to be engaging, right? So this is just right off the top. Again, like I said, I'm going to get right into some specifics. I'm not going to do any theory today. We need to be creating content that people are going to see. And if you're not good at SEO or social media, you can get traffic if you can create great content. When I say article content, I mean content that people are going to be interested in. I don't even like calling it content, because that kind of turns it into like this really generic thing. Really, what we've got to create on YouTube are the things that people really want to learn for some reason. Maybe they want to learn something to help them parent their kids better, and it's something specific. And we have the information. We've got to create the information. We've got to make it engaging enough and informative enough for people to want to listen and to watch and to get it, and then to take some action, right? And so as part of that, one of the things we've got to get good at is we've got to get good at creating thumbnails. Why do I say that? Because on YouTube in particular, right, one of the things that people make their decision on, and they make it almost without thinking, they make decisions about your video without even hesitating based on the thumbnails. And so if you're creating YouTube videos, and let's say that you're not necessarily getting the traction you want to get, one of the things that you got to get good at, right? And you don't have to be you don't have to be a guru, and you don't have to necessarily be a graphic designer. You just got to be good, and it's got to be engaging. So when somebody looks on the side panel and they're trying to make a decision about what they want to get, what they want to watch in terms of the information they want, they ought to look at your thumbnail and say, you know what, that's one I want to watch, right? So get good at creating thumbnails. Once you get people to watch your video, one of the things that you and I have to get good at is we have to get good at getting people on the list that want to be there. So you've already narrowed down. One of the best things about creating these YouTube videos is you will already have somebody that that's going to be interested in your niche, right? For some reason, right? They clicked on your video, and they could have clicked on any number of videos. They clicked on yours because they're interested. And so what you have to do, what I have to do, is we've got to get good at talking to those people and saying, hey, if you want more of the same or something even better, head on over to my website, put your name and email address in there. Whatever that process is for your people, we have to be good at moving them off YouTube and onto our email marketing list. And every niche is going to be different. And even if you're syndicating those videos onto Facebook, even if you're syndicating those videos onto Pinterest, wherever you're putting them, you've still got to get good at the ask, right? We've got to get good at the call to action, whatever it is. And so if you have to work on your call to action in your video so that it's right, so that people are taking action, look, that's one thing that in 2017, if you and I can get good at that, right, you're going to see more traffic. And all traffic are getting interested people coming to what it is that you have to offer. And so if we don't get them into a conversation away from all the noise, again, I'm all for social, I'm all for fan pages, I'm all for Pinterest and Periscope and all the other stuff. I'm going to tell you that the statistics are saying that email is still the place to have a conversation with your customer. Email is still the place to have a conversation with your prospect. And so if that's all you're doing is social, I want to encourage you. I want to challenge you to try to move some of those people into a more intimate conversation where they don't have the distractions other than what you're saying to them in your message, right? So get good at getting people on your list that want to be there. And you've already narrowed it down by getting them to watch your video. And so, and one of the themes I'm going to kind of create, go back over and over here tonight is create awesome YouTube content. How many of you have clicked on a YouTube video and you just thought to yourself, you know what, this was a waste of my 3 minutes. This was a waste of my 5 minutes. How dare you put this together? Because it looked good. It looked like something you were going to be interested in. And then you got into it and it really kind of drug out. And it was, you know, just kind of somebody talking about something they really didn't know. And that's not what I'm encouraging you to do. I really want you to consider whatever your niche is, to start creating something really awesome. And you really just kind of start by thinking about the other person who's going to be watching this. Listen, this is not just about selling. This is now marketing. Marketing is providing people with solutions in your video and giving it to them straight. No fluff. Nothing, no extra stuff about, telling, again, I mean, there's a time and place for introductions, telling your story, but I'm talking about awesome content that solves problems, because people are making these decisions in a split second to sit down and watch something because they've got a problem. They decide to click on your video and now you've got them. You've got them there. You've got their rapt attention. Now you've got to wow them, and you wow them by giving them awesome content. Learn how to optimize the content. This is going to be important in 2017. If you don't know how to get YouTube videos ranked, learn, right? And again, if you have to buy a course on ranking your video. Understand what your title should be. Understand what your description should look like. Understand everything you should be doing in the advanced section. Understand whether or not you should be using transcripts. Understand how to share your videos so that it gets seen. Again, optimizing content will get you more people viewing your content. This is content marketing now, right? So it's no longer an option not to have content. And I believe still, if you're going to have video content, again, I understand Facebook has got video, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit, but still, everybody who's doing video, whether or not they're doing on Periscope, Facebook, Snap, whatever they're doing, guess what they're doing next? They're taking that video and then they're putting it on YouTube and they're optimizing it. Most people don't optimize it. So one of the things that you and I have to get good at is optimizing the content. And again, buy a course. Right? Buy something that will show you step by step. And again, I'm not talking about something that will just kind of go over the basics. More than likely, if you're on this call right now, you know the basics. So don't waste your time going to get basics. Get something that's going to show you how on a routine basis. Now, I'm not talking about pie in the sky. I'm not talking about you're gonna rank your every video within 2 minutes. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you're building a consistent business, so that you have a consistent process that you put in place so that every time you create a video, you know what, you're going to do these 7 things. You're going to optimize the title. You're going to optimize the link. You're going to make sure you've got all the YouTube stuff that you can be doing to it. You're going to make sure you've got an end card to it. You're going to make sure you got your card set up. You're going to make sure you got your end screen set up. You're going to do all these things so that, again, you are optimizing your video to get people to watch your content and to get them onto your list and then to get even more views, right? And so we've got to get good at optimizing. So whatever you have to do, learn that and then get good at it. Now, I really want to focus on this. Now, for those of you who have been around for a little while, right? How many of you remember a time during internet marketing when it was that you needed to get your article on eZine articles, right? So that you could drive traffic. How many of you all remember a time? If you do, put the letter Y in the question box. If you're on this call and you remember the time when the emphasis in internet marketing was that you would write an article or even have an outsourcer write the article and then put that article on eZine articles, and then that article would drive traffic, right? And so what has happened now is that we have become a video obsessed society. Right. People don't read at the same volume that they used to do anymore. They're now watching videos. And so what you and I have to do is we have to now generate those videos as if they were articles. So all of the information that you used to communicate just by text, just by your blog post, I'm going to challenge you that in 2017 that you want to take at least a third of that content and start creating YouTube videos and pushing those videos in front of the people so that you can be ranked in search and finding people that are going to be interested in what it is you're talking about. Now, social networks are the old article directory. So it used to be that you'd write your article on eZine articles, then you get listed in the article directories. Well, the social networks are those. So you should be syndicating your content onto Facebook. You should be syndicating your content on those other networks, onto LinkedIn. Why? Because those networks, here's what the social networks are doing. They want you to create content solely for their network. And so it used to be that you could take your YouTube link and you could just place it in, let's say Facebook, you could place it in Twitter, you could place it in LinkedIn. And those strategies still work to some degree. But what these entities now want, right, is, excuse me, they want you to place your content original on their site. And what they do is they reward you by showing your video, showing your content to more people. Does everybody get that? Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So even if you create on YouTube, you need a process, right? You need a process of uploading and getting your content onto the other social networks originally, right? It is part of the syndication process. And again, all this is going to do is bring you more views and bring more people to your site. And that is ultimately what you want. This is not, this is no longer, sort of, well, I think I might do this one and I'll do this one this day. I think I might do this one this day and I'm not going to do this one the other way. No, you need a process. And even once you get the process, you might need to find that you might need to outsource that process. So you create the video and then hand it over to an outsourcer so they can syndicate it into all the places that they need to be. So the social networks are the old article directories. Syndicate your videos there. At least 40% of your content, right, that you're creating on video needs to be created live, right? It needs to be created live, at least 40%. The networks, and again, this is the same thing. Just as the networks, the social networks, they rank content you placed there originally better than they do that if you just put the YouTube link there. They like live broadcast because you created it there, right? And so YouTube likes your live broadcast, as does Facebook, right? And I'm not saying to neglect that, but at least some of your content needs to be done in live broadcast. Here's the other thing that live broadcast does. It means that if you can do it live, you probably have some expertise, and it is an unspoken rule that if you can talk in front of people on a live, on a live webinar, you probably know what you're talking about. And so most of you on this call, you already know what you're talking about. You just need to be forward in getting out there and communicating your message or communicating in a niche. You want people to look at your video and say, you know what, I want more than that, right? I want more of this guy. I want more than this woman. I want more of them. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go to their site. I'm going to opt in. And what you have then is a targeted visitor. Now, this is also going to be important. Again, 2017. You and I need to move these people from your video, not just onto your list, but into a running conversation. And again, I've said this throughout 2017, and I'm going to say it again. If you have not read .com Secrets, you need to read it. And for no other reason than the fact that having an email list is not just somebody that you can kind of pump offers to. That is not the idea of having an email list. The idea of having an email list is to have a running conversation with the people who are there so you can find out what it is you can do to help them, right? You are a servant, right? And you can't do that unless you have a running conversation. You need to be talking to people and finding out what it is they're into, what it is they're trying to do, what it is that you can help with. And again, an email marketing list, and again, this could just be my theory, but I'm sticking to it. A conversation is vital, right? It is what separates you from me. Is what separates you from all the other people who are out there sending offers. And again, I'm not saying that everybody's going to come run to your list and everybody's going to buy from you, and that's not even the idea. What I am saying is that having a running conversation means then that this whole idea of business building relationships will be taken care of on your email list. And so when I join your email list, it should be evident that you are having a conversation with the folks who are reading it, who are opening your emails, so that I can join a conversation. If I'm already involved in a conversation, when I get there and the conversation is going to get started, you know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to listen in close so I can try to pick up on what the conversation has been. If all your emails are going to be is, just links and a sales link, and again, nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying though that in 2017 we're going to start picking and choosing those people that want to have conversation with us, and then it becomes easy, right? It becomes easy whether or not you are a product creator or you're an affiliate marketer. You're going to start producing what they want. Right? If you're in a conversation, if you invite people to talk back to you, if you're not too high and mighty to answer email, right? You have to talk back. We have to be willing to talk back, and then we need to produce what the people want, who we are involved in conversation with. Now, this is going to be kind of a different kind of a suggestion to you. You and I need to wean ourselves off of needing affiliate marketing. Right. So if you need affiliate marketing in your business, then 2017, you got to wean yourself off of it. And here's why I'm going to say that, because the key to building a business online is always going to be continuity. And you can't sell continuity if everything you're going to sell is affiliate stuff. Right. So at some point, and I think I talked about this early on in the year, and that is that we need to build a product line. Right? We need to build a product line. Your funnel should be vertical and it should be horizontal. If your funnel is horizontal and you have a product line, then what's going to happen is you're going to have offers. You're going to have things you're going to be able to sell to people who you're having these running conversation lists without necessarily having to send out affiliate offers. Right? It should be that way. An affiliate offer that you send out should be totally at your leisure. And it shouldn't be something that you have to do. It should be something that, again, and this is kind of tricky area here. Doing affiliate offers is not necessarily about reciprocating, right? It's really about, is this going to be a good fit for the people who I'm having an ongoing conversation with, right? Is this going to be a good fit? If it's not, I don't really care if anybody is going to reciprocate for you. That doesn't matter. It's not even about that. It's really then, well, you know what? If you choose not to send email for me, that's going to have to be fine. This is not a good fit for my people. You need to be able to say that. And you can't say that if you don't really have anything else in the pipeline. And if you don't have a pipeline, you got to develop one, right? So your pipeline isn't just, well, I got this PLR product that I turned into my own product, and then I'm kind of waiting until I develop something else. Nope. You and I need to be in production mode. How many of you all were able to get the webinar that I did, that I actually put as a bonus to the Sean Mize thing. If you didn't, you need to get that, because you and I need to get into production mode. Most of you already have it, I know. If you do, find that webinar and listen to it, because basically we've got to get into production mode and become deadline managers and start pumping things to the point where we know they're going to be helping the people that are on our email marketing list, right? But we're going to have to wean ourselves off of affiliate marketing in order to do that. And again, lastly, what this is all about ultimately is building, establishing a base of income, right? So if you have a product line that's vertical, what you're trying to do is you're trying to make sure that if your customer is going to be spending this money anyway, right, that you give them what they want, and that you have a product line that's long enough and big enough so that they can spend $100 with you. Right. So if you just got one product and that's just all there is, and then I'm finished buying and I still want information, I bought your Facebook thing, but now I want information about YouTube, now I want information about Snapchat, but you don't have anything, then guess what? I'm still going to go buy it, but you could have sold it to me if you had it in your product line. So again, develop a vertical and horizontal product line. Again, it's not just about having a funnel that is that is vertical, up and down. So in other words, I come to your page, I buy your product, you give me the front end, the OTO, and the second OTO. I mean, that's cool and that's great. You ought to do that. But what you also ought to have is the next thing in the lineup, right? And that's product number 2 that comes after product number 1. Right, so that when I'm ready, right, I can come then and get your product number 2 that's probably going to be part of your product line. Build and establish a base of income with vertical and horizontal funnels. So the question is going to be, now, how do you use PLR to do all this, right? So how do you use PLR to pull this off? And of course, right off the top, I'm going to suggest to you, you want to use your PLR to create high quality video content. Now, I'm not talking about necessarily using the videos, and I am a video creator, but I'm going to suggest that you want to create and recreate animated videos. Now, there is a process that you can use in order to do that. I mean, you can always take the video that you get, strip out the audio, and then use the audio in the new animated videos. But again, animated videos are still going to keep people's attention, and they're going to make your content unique. Use your PLR content to create talking head videos. Why? Because this communicates expertise. It communicates authority, right? You're going to be saying to your audience, look, I can stand right in front of you. I can talk about this because I know what I'm talking about, right? Talking head videos will give your audience the opportunity to understand what it is you're telling them, but it will also be subtly communicating to them that you have a level of expertise that can't be purchased from any place else, right? Use your PLR in order to do that. Use your PLR to create PowerPoint videos, right? So this is probably the easiest way for you to be able to create a video. Record your PowerPoint, talk through the points as you scroll through them. Now, when I say this, understand this, right? Understand when I say this, that you want to make sure that you are really talking through the points and not giving your customer stuff to read, right? A PowerPoint video is not for your customer to read everything. It's for your customer to refer to everything. So don't make your PowerPoint into a Word document. Make your PowerPoint into something where they can follow what you're talking about, and they will be able to refer back to if you choose to give them the PowerPoint. Do PowerPoint workshops and webinars. Now, some of the PLR content you need to turn into a workshop, right? Give somebody 20 minutes or 30 minutes to an hour of your time, and then teach them a concept, right? Use your PLR in order to do that. If you want to do it by PowerPoint, do that. Then what the good thing about being on the webinar is that you can always switch over to go to a screen share if you need to. But the point is, you want to make sure that you're using that PLR content to create workshops and webinars in order to, again, build authority. And one thing that I'm going to suggest that you take a look at, and I think now that the Surface is coming out and it's now getting popular. I don't know if Camtasia is on there yet or not, but I do know you can probably do that and do a live broadcast. You want to start creating some videos where you're actually doing the writing on the screen. And once again, it works just like an animated video because it mesmerizes people. When you're writing on the screen and you're doing just as a professor would do or a teacher would do, you're writing on your points, you're writing on top of your PowerPoint as opposed to just scrolling through it. Very powerful if you can pull it off, and I believe that you can. Use your PLR content to create new video products. Now, I'm not talking about content right now. I'm saying use your PLR content to create new products. And I'm talking about going beyond what you get when you get a PLR video course. Now, I'm not saying that you should never release it as is, but what I am saying is find a way to add something to it that's totally different. Use your PLR content to have video content for your membership. Now, this is pretty vital that you do that. Now, if you don't want to change PLR video, that's fine. I would definitely consider creating a membership. And when you open the doors to your membership, there ought to be some stuff there that's already there. And I think I've said this on other calls, but a video course on certain subjects means that you have gone through the trouble of putting something together that you know your visitors are going to be wanting. And so putting video content there increases the value of your membership. Make sure that you have stuff that's going to be inside your membership people can't get, and PLR content where you've got the entire video course will help you be able to do that. Use your PLR content to create bribes and workshops and websites. In other words, when I say a bribe, I mean to get people to opt in, right? A bribe. Create workshops and webinars on subject matter, right? Use your PLR to do this. Again, it's already the research that you're going to be leveraging. You are leveraging the research. You are not leveraging necessarily the work. So again, if you can kind of get that, and I'm going to say that again because it's important. As a product creator, as an information marketer, you and I should be leveraging the research, not necessarily the work. Now, if you want to leverage the work, you can. Now, in case of graphics, you can take some graphics and change them over, but still, what we primarily are doing when we buy PLR content is we are leveraging research. Research for high quality content takes a long time. And when we get it and we can think through it, we can talk through it, we can present it as an expert, we have actually gained whatever we paid for the PLR. Right? So again, create bribes, high quality content with your with your PLR. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about when you get PLR and about what you bring to the table, about what you add to it, because what you add to it is going to make all the difference for it actually bringing people onto your opt-in list and even helping you to make more sales. So what should you add to every piece of PLR? So let's say you get a PLR article on I don't know, I think I always use Facebook ads. What are you going to bring to that article before you publish it as a video article? Well, you should be bringing your brand to the matter. Now the brand is your emphasis. Now, I'm not talking about USP here. I'm talking about your emphasis. Where does what direction does your business go in? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to affect? Right? Because the brand is going to kind of determine whether or not I should be listening to you or not. Your USP, you should be adding to the PLR. In other words, whatever you're selling, however you're selling it, that makes you unique among other businesses. Urgency, right? Add urgency to PLR. Most PLR is not going to come with urgency in it. You need to add the urgency and the call to action. Problem solving. Now, if your PLR article or content doesn't solve a specific problem, work with it until it does. Right? Because otherwise, what you have there is you have a course of stuff that I basically don't have to pay attention to because it really solves any of my problems. Right now, again, if my problem is that what I'm trying to learn is that I'm trying to learn something basic, that's cool. But add problem solving, add specific problems that can be solved with the information inside of your PLR. This is very important when you're going to be doing videos and you're going to be spreading those videos around. Proof. Where you can, add proof. Give verifiable proof in your videos, right? This adds not only to the credibility, but it also adds to the fact that you actually know what you're talking about, and add expertise. Now, what do I mean by that? So you should be providing an informed opinion. So don't get on the PLR and just read something. Don't get on your video and just read. It's going to come off awful. You and I should be adding an element of expertise. So in other words, the PLR, all we should be leveraging is the research, right? We should be the expert, and that expert should be coming out when we do our video, whatever our level of expertise is, the story. It's actually pretty important. There's a story to everything that you're selling, right? There's a story to it. And so what you and I have to be doing inside of our videos is we need to be talking about the story. What's the story? What's the comeback? What's the arc in the video? We should be talking about our experience. Now, this is where you can separate yourself from me, right? You are out there doing something right now in the world. And so you should be bringing that experience into your content, right? Whenever you create something with PLR and you're redoing it, what you're going to bring in is your experience. What are you doing right now, right? What are you doing right now? Take that experience and add that into your PLR. It makes it unique. Okay, now, finally, I want to close out by giving you one specific kind of tip on this thing. Now, you and I need to get locked into just creating awesome content, not the form. And don't get so worried about whether or not the video looks right and whether or not it's 1920 by all that stuff. Again, when you can take care of that stuff, make sure you take care of it. But focus on your content being awesome, right? Focus on it being an awesome solution, a discussion of a problem. Focus on that. Everything else, trust me, is background noise. It really is. If you have, let's say, for example, let's say you did an audio interview, right? You had this awesome guest. I mean, you could just do a slide presentation, or add it to the audio, create a video. In other words, what matters is the guest. What matters is the content that you're creating, that you are doing inside the video. Now, okay, so if you don't feel like you're an expert in your niche, go and get them, right? Go and get them. Let them present, or let them be interviewed by you. The easiest way into any niche, right, and to find new affiliates is going to be this. Start a podcast or an interview show. Go on Blog Talk Radio. I think you can do one for free. I think you can do one for $39. I don't know. It's not that much money. Start an interview show. Now, again, you don't have to do live interview, but and the reason I say Blog Talk Radio is because everything is done for you. All you've got to do is kind of show up and get your phone. If for some of us, if we have to, get the RSS feed and we got to do all this, sometimes a paid solution, if you're going to be doing a podcast, is just perfectly fine. All right. Do a virtual summit in your niche. I mean, those of y'all, I sold a product called the Virtual Summit Method. And really, I truly believe that's one of the easiest way into a niche that you are trying to get into and be known by, affiliate spin. Now, look, a podcast nor a virtual summit, neither one of these are easy to do, right? But trust me when I tell you this, they will jumpstart your brand, right? They're not easy, right? They're not easy to do. But what it is going to bring attention to you. And if you can pull it off, it's going to bring attention and it will help you to jumpstart your brand. Okay. And then remember, whatever you're doing, just do some behind the scenes stuff, YouTube Live or Facebook Live. Personally, I think that you keep your business stuff on YouTube Live and do your behind the scenes stuff on Facebook Live. It's my personal opinion, right? Then syndicate the stuff back and forth, right? So and now, but again, I mean, it really depends on where your niche is hanging out and what it is that you are trying to do. Now, that's really about it for tonight. I'm going to make sure that you have heard about my Ultimate Fast Start. Now, we did put together a really special bonus for those of you who do not have the 30-day challenge, right? If you don't have the 30-day challenge, we're putting together something really cool. And it is, what we're going to do is we're going to sit down with you for an hour and we're going to go over your plans. We are also going to interview you. I'm going to do a third-party interview of you. You're going to be able to take that interview and use it in your business. So again, if you don't have the Ultimate Fast Start, if you don't have our 30-day challenge, you can pick it up at superfastactionbonus.com /30 days, and we will do the Ultimate Fast Start with you. Again, we're going to sit down and kind of help you get jump started for 2017. Oh, awesome, Janelle. I'm really looking forward to that. We're really looking forward to getting together with you. That means then, and I haven't looked this afternoon, it means then there are only 4 spots left. If Janelle just got in 1. So there are going to be only 4 of these that are going to be left. So if you're going to get in, make sure you get in. Looking forward to hanging out with you all in 2017. Tonight, I'm going to eat some seafood, I think, and drink some Starbucks, and then we will get ready for 2017. Looking forward to seeing you all in the new year. Wishing you all well. Thank you again for opening my emails. Thank you again for hanging out with me on webinars. Thank you again for anytime that you've purchased something that we have sold or we've promoted. From all of us, right? In my family, I can say we deeply appreciate you all. Have a great night and a happy new year. Take care.